Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of the Kelly and Paul Show, because we always put the ladies first. We are delighted to be joined by Jordan Barnes from High Tide Plumbing and Gas, and also High Tide Duct Cleaning. Hello, Jordan.
Hey, how you doing this morning?
Very well. All the better for seeing you, and I like that we have more testosterone today rather than estrogen.
Hi, Jordan. Welcome, and good for you to sign on to this.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Well, we'll ask you again in 9 minutes' time and see if you're still happy.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, today's topic, I'm going to take the lead today because Kelly took the lead last time. We like to alternate. Today's topic is about being the chief everything officer and knowing what you know or not knowing what you know to grow or make your business sustainable. Both Jordan and Kelly outsource some of their activities to help them grow their business, hence why the three of us are here to talk about the benefits they get from that. So, Jordan, let's start with you. You used to be your chief everything officer, were you not?
Yes, I was. I mean, and when I first started, that's okay. That was that one person. I had my up on the wall. I had my felt calendar that I looked at when I left the house and when I came back, and it was all fine for the first probably, 8 or 9 months. But then as you become busier and busier, that starts to be not a way to do anything. And you start to very quickly realize that your brain can't hold everything and you can't do everything. And you're never going to make it through the next few years if you don't start bolting parts onto your team. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. That's basically like where I decided I needed to get some help and added you to the team reluctantly, I'm sure, but.
So was there a light bulb moment when you suddenly went, holy moly, I can't do all this?
Yeah, I would say probably December of last year. Mm. I was coming home. I was exhausted. Physically, I couldn't hardly do anything by myself anymore because I was 5 to 6 days a week lifting heavy and then crawl spaces, attics, doing all of the work and then all of the after work, which is totally fine. I signed up for it. I love being an entrepreneur. I love this lifestyle. But my mind was just like, you're getting to your wit's end. You need to hire some help and you need to bring somebody on that's going to help organize you, because you can't work until 11 o'clock every night and not see your family, not see any friends, not have anything other than this business, which was so December before last Christmas. My body was done, my mind was done, and that was probably my moment where I realized I need to start looking for help.
Cool.
Yeah.
Moving to you, so you're in a partnership with obviously your business partner. So what about you? Because I'm guessing you are both chief everything officers, or do you split it between you, or,
That's
yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were still talking to me. I was like, I literally feel like I just answered that question.
Wait to Kelly.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. We actually do have a bit of a division of labor. We're sort of following a bit of a, like, we both have CEO and manager time in terms of different systems, different processes. But I've spent a lot of time on learning how to get better at the business end of our business, whereas Christina actually does a lot of the nuts and bolts and taking care of like she does the bookkeeping for our business. I have full transparency and can look at that, but she does most of the billing. She does pays the bills because it was all CLC bookkeeping before. So that was all of hers. And now I'm spending a lot more time on positioning ourselves for growth, being able to establish the systems so that when we put together a team, it's always done the same way. The actual doing is done the same way. So the operations of Carve Solutions is done the same way, regardless of whether it's me, whether it's Christina, whether it's our newest team members, Corey or Colleen, like it's all done the same. And depending on when you see that, maybe Colleen and Corey have been with us for years, depending on when you're watching this.
Yes, true, which is a fantastic segue, because here at Friendly Organics, we're about sustainable businesses and business growth. However, a lot of people come to us for the business growth and, communications, marketing, website, or whatever. But do you find that having the right people and the right processes will give you much more sustainability than any amount of marketing possible? Jordan?
Yeah. Yes. Just in the ability to rely on another brain, to have another, like me and my wife, or Melissa, we're partners in the business, and we have a really good back and forth. Sometimes it's intense and sometimes it's just quick bounce back and forth, but it works really well. But bringing that third party that's completely like outside of the business, doesn't have that same emotional connection, has been nice. The other thing that's really been nice is being able to get the phone calls from the yellow pages, from the different marketing organizations, and say to them, well, you know what, that sounds fine, but I'm going to have you contact my marketing manager, or whatever I happen to call you at that moment.
That's one of the nicer things you've been called, Paul.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we try to keep it PG, but like basically that's been super valuable, because I know myself, and I know that when I get those calls, I'm usually the guy that goes, okay, yeah, sure, like how much, and I'll buy. So yeah. So
cool. Kelly, what about you? Do you feel the same, that it's getting the foundations and your people and your processes is core to sustainability before you do, or whilst you're doing any sort of business growth activities?
Definitely. Yeah, just that ability, because of what we do. I mean, it's the same thing with Jordan, though. If like a plumbing or gas line isn't hooked up properly, stuff can blow up. That's bad. Financially, if bookkeeping processes aren't done properly, financially, the business can blow up. Also bad. So that's really important for us to be able to have that core skill set down for our team. And then it's like, this is your file. This, you can go with this. We work with them. We go through and review it together, and really sort of develop them as we go. So if we have those people in place, then it's easy to grow, because eventually you end up at capacity, whether that was Jordan working 5-6 days a week and collapsed on his couch, or whether that's, we just don't have room for any more files and still deliver the service we want to deliver. So when you outsource, like, you helped us with the full rebrand. We've got various things on there so that when someone comes to check out Carve Solutions, we've got some legitimacy, we've got some credibility. People can learn about us when they're asking the questions, because a lot of business owners are doing what Jordan did, work ridiculous hours and then go, okay, yeah, we need help, but who can help us? So having that marketing end and the communications end available 24/7 was really helpful too. And the beauty of it is we don't even think about that part now. We've given that over to you. Occasionally we ask some questions, or you ask us questions to make sure we're all still on the same page, but you know enough about us that we can trust you to go ahead and take care of that.
Awesome. It's like I've sort of preempted you, because you lead nicely into the next bit each time. So I want to talk about outsourcing and what you don't know, and then you suddenly realize you do know because you've outsourced it and you've had an impartial person tell you the truth, rather than if you have an in-house person, they're going to tell you what they want you to hear to keep their job. And so, Jordan, what have in the time that we've been working together, what have you identified that you went, holy moly, I didn't know that and I needed to know that?
We don't have enough time to go over all of those things.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
No, honestly, I mean, I grew up with watching my dad work his own company, work his own business, and in that I saw a lot of ways of doing things and not doing things. And I would say that the difference between working with you and seeing how he did things, he had a business for 20 years, put food on the table, and he was a good businessman. But there were, like we talked about before, Kelly was talking about processes and those types of things. Those were not concepts that were even a thing. So for me, I would say even just the simple thing of having a business plan, as small as that sounds, our initial business plan was make money, put food on the table. That, pay the bills, keep the lights on. But once you very quickly, when you do quality work, when you're good with people, you quickly start to see a rise in business. And now those goals are no longer the thing to focus on. So I think your assistance in business planning, planning for sustainable growth, getting past the fear of the boom bust, putting that all together was really good, because like we've talked about in our sessions before, I just totally went blank there for a second. What's that?
We can come back to you. We can talk to Kelly for a bit.
Yeah, that's fine. I totally blanked on that.
That's okay.
I hate that.
You need a good business consultant to get rid of that blankness.
Yeah.
So Kelly, what about you? Because obviously some of your background, you know some of the stuff that we do together. So what is the benefit from outsourcing it rather than having it in-house? And what have you had that, oh my gosh, I just didn't realize that.
I don't know about the eureka moment. It definitely comes with having the time, because if you look at the buckets, you and I both come from a big corporate background or have big corporate in our backgrounds, where there is ownership, whether that's a group of owners or shareholders. There's managers and CEOs that are in charge of implementing strategy and taking you in a direction. And then you've got all the different departments under them. There's the marketing department, there's the sales department, there's the actual operations, which is the doing. Then there's the finance department and the HR department. There's a lot that goes. And if you're a small business, that's probably 1 or 2 or 4 people maximum.
Yes.
So that's where it's okay, where is my time better spent? And if we can address the things that impact the clients or the customers first and grow our team and make sure that that's the best experience happening there. And because we have spent enough time talking to you, and you know us, and you know where we want to take the business, we can trust you to communicate the other things. And it's just nice to have a third party too, because we are business owners and we aren't in a relationship. Both of those things can say, a third party can say both of those things very well, because it is an outside perspective of, okay, you've got a point here, but there's a point here. And is there a way to either marry the two or park this and go this way?
Yeah, totally. That's what I see. I'm slightly biased because I'm an outsourcer, but when I worked for Hilton, you can see the politicalness within, whether the company be 2 people, 4 people, or 400 people. People don't always give the right answers, because they give the answer they think the person who's receiving the answer wants to hear. Whereas a good, impartial business coach, business consultant will tell you in a nice about way the answer that's most effective for your business, even if it's not the answer you want to hear. Awesome. Jordan, do you have a closing statement or a closing remark for the people that are watching this video on the benefits of that to you personally and to your business of doing the process that you've gone through?
Yeah, basically just, it's as simple as having another partner, somebody that is what I said before, the external, outside the fishbowl, has a better perspective on the situation, maybe has done a number of different things like yourself, right?
Mm.
You've done a lot of other things, and you can bring all that experience and wrap it into how to grow our business. So yeah, I mean, I think that the most important part of success is building a team that you can rely on and that can support you. And that doesn't have to just be people you hire in terms of employees.
Totally. Kelly, do you have a closing remark?
No, I think Jordan, snark. No, I think Jordan actually just grabbed what I was like. Moving forward, I think the trend is going to be find great team and keep great team. Sometimes that's employees and sometimes that's external business partners. That's something we look for at Carve, is we want to be a trusted business partner to our clients. And so it's a huge factor moving forward.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you both extremely from my heart for all the kind words, of course, and for getting up at this time of the day and doing this. Thank you very much. Have a marvelous day.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Have a good one.
Bye-bye, everybody.